This is Ashley Hames, a complete waster. He's 35, he's never had a job, he's spent his life a child. Now though, things have got to change. He's being sent to work in jobs so brutal it'll push him to breaking point. 'Cause for Ashley Hames, it's time to grow up.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Tober Inlet on the British Columbian coast is the home of the Canadian heli-logging industry. It's a bitter, hideously cut-off, edge-of-the-world type place where the men, just like the resident grizzlies, are big, hairy bastards. Logging is the most dangerous job in Canada, and any weakling can quite easily jeopardise the safety of any man present. Falls are consequently not suffered, and British arty types with £100 haircuts are given very short shrift indeed. Being fearful of both flying, death and men with facial hair, my hackles were up right from the off as I journeyed towards my intended destiny of becoming a Canadian logging man.
Falling is one of the most hazardous jobs you will ever encounter. It's not just going to work and coming home every night. You have to adapt to living away from home and in a man's world.
Hello, you must be Mike.
It is too. How you doing, Ashley?
Not too bad, yeah.
It's my daughter's name.
Is it?
Yeah. When I first met Ashley, I wanted to put him right back on the plane.
I'm Ashley. What's your name, man?
It's Brent.
Brent.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. So you're like a bona fide lumberjack then?
Pretty much a lumberjack.
Yeah. So what's our plan for tomorrow, do you know?
Well, we're going to take you up on that mountain there and abuse you. We're in helicopters. We're going to find the
When you say abuse me,
we're going to find the steepest, ugliest ground up there, and we're going to go up and I'm going to teach you how to be a helicopter logger, or a lumberjack as you have it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think he's going to be able to cope. I think he's going to fail drastically. I thought he would have been better off working at 7-Eleven and maybe starting there.
To be a bona fide lumberjack, I want to actually fell a tree.
Yeah, you have to work bloody hard to get there.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm prepared for some hard work. I've had 34 years off, so it's about time I started working.
He looks like a little bit of a dork, and with his appearance and his name, I think he's going to probably get quite a bit of grief around here.
As the new boy or greenhorn on camp, I'd been told to brace myself for a typical first night initiation called log burling. And being British, I knew exactly how to make the perfect first impression.
I'm not touching you.
I'm packing a punch, guys. Well, that's confused them.
I'm not touching you. Get it going. Come on. We gotta get out of here.
What they had in mind for me, however, was soon to dampen my cocksuredness, balancing on a log in water barely above freezing point.
Is it me against Jersey?
Yeah.
As soon as we say go, then you start running on the bugger.
Get out from the dock. Jody. I'm not. I'm just trying to counter it.
No! Don't touch it! I'm so cold now. So I'm waiting for my fucking challenger.
This time, though, I'd found my feet, and this bugger was gonna pay. Then again, oh shit.
Get him that, turn it around. I thought he did excellent. On the second go, major RPM on the log, just giving it. Towel.
Well, never mind. A hot shower, a warm bed, and tomorrow I'd be ready for anything. Note, a bucket of ice-cold water was definitely not mentioned on that list.
Right, fuckers!
doesn't fucking stop. Oh. Well, it's lights out here. Everyone's gone to bed. I think the one person that stands out for me straight away is Brent, who immediately, I gather, is a complete legend. He's utterly fearless. He walks around like a man-mountain, and that voice is, well, I thought he was faking it, but he's not faking anything. The guy is just different class. The next morning and all fun and games are soon over. It's my first day on a job that has killed 12 across Canada already this year, and even getting to the site is putting the fear of God into me. Oh God, I am absolutely petrified of heights. This is not good. Oh my God. I can't believe this. I'm actually looking forward to getting down on the ground and working my arse off, because this, oh Jesus, look at, wow, oh. Well, we've just made it. Oh God, I feel already absolutely mentally exhausted. Physically, my body was all tensed up in that copter, so I'm knackered. And it's not even 9 o'clock. My first impressions are the enormity of it. When you're down where we're based, it just looks like a tiny little spot on the landscape, but it's massive. The trees, they're enormous. They're like 200 or 300 years old. Your senses are bombarded here. You've got noise everywhere. The helicopter, there's some guy chainsawing down there. You're walking on absolute mush here, just like this. I can't see. I mean, it's pretty hard to keep your footing. But what the hell? We're going to get to work now. It's day one. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay. It's fallen over already. You've been working here for a decade. Choking is a bloody dangerous job. At least in my world it is. In Brent's, though, it's the ideal place for any wannabe man to set about proving himself. The felled trunks here, each weighing up to 8,000 pounds, are attached to industrial necklaces called chokers, and these in turn are connected by hand to the helicopter winch and yanked out of the fall zone. The dangers of the job are all too apparent.
I think, Ashley, I'm gonna use one of your chokers and we're gonna choke this log here.
So I'm basically going to lasso the tree. And I'm getting my wires mixed up here.
Okay, you better want to be careful on the low side of there because it's quite a drop down now.
There's about a 24-foot drop just there, just the other side of me. It's at this moment that I realise that bricking yourself is an essential hurdle to cross in any attempt to become a man. That's my lifeline there. There's a bit of a drop down here. Where the hell's that wire? Got it.
You got her. Nice work.
Thanks, Brent. Right, I've done my first tree on my own. I feel pretty happy about that. So when the helicopter comes, I'm going to hook that into
the helicopter, yeah.
This is really strange because I didn't think I'd be nervous about this, because I've been with him all the time. It's now I'm on my own. My heart's pumping like an absolute nugget. In fact, it's hard to tell who was the more nervous, myself or Brent. He has the unenviable task of ensuring everyone's safety on the mountain, and if I cock things up, there's a fair chance anyone here could pay the ultimate price as a direct consequence.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all in.
Where's your radio?
Okay.
Tell them you're clear.
I'm clear, I haven't got it on.
Oh, go ahead, Hunter. Hey, coming up.
So that's one done.
Get in!
The pros here, though, will do up to 200 a day. What were you thinking when I was doing that? Were you like, Jesus?
I was starting to get a little concerned, but you look like you were doing good.
Yeah. I mean, have to confess, a little bit of panic came over me, but got away with it.
Yeah, he does, but he's got to turn it on.
Yeah,
Little error, forgot to turn the radio on, so he didn't know when to leave.
It's a bit beyond him yet.
Yeah.
For someone who speaks into a microphone for a living, I don't know.
My confidence soared as the day progressed. That was until...
Fuck, man, I got a fucking electric shock off that. Oh my God. Jesus.
Oh, for Christ's sake. It seems that on top of every other danger present, static electricity in the winch is also trying to kill me.
You got a shock.
Jeez, so you've got a good electric shock off that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, eh?
I'm learning, aren't I?
Yeah, you're getting her. I think you got her, actually.
Good stuff.
9 hours and 40 back-breaking logs later, it was time to reflect on my first step to manhood.
I don't think I disgraced myself. I think I was a fairly keen pupil and I didn't, I mean to disappoint him. And I don't think in the end that I did. So yeah, as I go to bed tonight, I suppose the overwhelming emotions are fear and exhaustion.
Fear, because it's already pretty obvious why so many people get killed in this industry. And exhaustion, well, my issues with that were only just beginning. If I was to even remotely achieve my aim of becoming a true lumberjacking man without killing all present, I really was going to have to pull my socks up.
I want you out of bed and I want your boots on in about 10 minutes, okay? These things can't be tolerated.
In my worldwide quest to discover the true essence of manhood, I found myself in the Canadian Rockies, signed up for a week as an industrial heli-logger, one of the most dangerous career choices in the world. It's day 3, and after yesterday's impressive start, in true Hames tradition, it's now about time for me to arse things up. Royally.
Ashley. Hey, sunshine. How you doing this morning? I don't know if you know what time it is, but just about 6:30 here now, and everyone else has been up since 6. Helicopter leaves at 7, and you know that, eh? I want you out of bed, and I want your boots on in about 10 minutes, okay?
I can't get out of bed though, Mike. I feel stiffy.
All right, I gotta go do some duties. I gotta tell you, that does really bother me. He comes in with the attitude to waltz in and kind of quit when he wants, and I don't think that's right. It doesn't sit well with me, whether he wants to be part of a logging camp or just to come as a visitor like this. The fact is, I'm worried that he's getting a little too lazy. Let's go, Ash.
Breakfast time. Morning, Chef.
Morning.
God, everyone has actually gone.
The only thing that got to me about Ashley was what was his tardiness. If you can't even get up for work on time with the crew, how do I expect him to carry out the rest of his job safely, productively, and on time?
And by way of punishment, I've been demoted to log stamper, the most mind-numbing and lonely job on site.
So how many of these logs do you want me to stamp then?
Every one of them. It's a pretty menial job. It's tiresome and wet, because you swing that hammer for about a half an hour and you're going to feel it in your forearms, eh? Take your time. Take your time. It's only cold.
It's pretty cold. That's pretty cold.
Okay. Hop on that big one there. Go for it. That's a good one. Get it. You hit yourself? Oh, take a break. I'm going to treat Ashley just like all the others. Harshly.
My back ruined, at least Mike now was prepared to let me sit down. Unfortunately though, it was on one of the most pant-wettingly dangerous seats in the world.
Just chuck it away. Yeah, we're just going to go down. That's a bit too close to comfort. That's a big old load.
The helicopter drop zone is absolutely not for the faint of heart.
Nice shot. With that helicopter coming in and dumping tree trunks. I've got a major problem with going out in that boat on my own.
Unfortunately, Mike didn't.
Hey!
Oh, and Brent's here.
Go nuts!
Great.
My grandmother can do better than that. You look like a little girl out there. Get over here. I'm gonna come on here and show you how to quit being an old lady on here.
You all right, man? Oh shit, what are you doing, man?
I'd grown fond of Brent and his funny little ways, but his boisterous behaviour was leaving my nerves shredded. Still, he was determined to make a man of me yet, and in his world, men play darts with axes.
That's not too bad a shot, huh? Oh.
There!
Oh, get in!
Yeah!
How about that, Brett?
Sweet.
That's not bad, huh?
3 points.
Check it.
They can't get it out.
No, not yet. Nobody's called for it.
Champion.
Maybe I was starting to become a man after all, and that night, whilst everyone else was at dinner, I decided to chance a more intimate peek into the private world of the Canadian heli-logger.
This is Brent's room. So this is where the man lives. Stubs his cigarettes and cups. Look at that. He probably drinks it afterwards. Honestly, the man is insane. He doesn't just smoke. He actually eats tobacco. Look. That's genuinely disgusting, which is why he spits all the time. That's rank. Okay. Let's go through
Brent, we got a problem over here. Brent, get to your room right now. We got problems over here.
Mike, what time are lights out tonight?
For you, pretty damn quick. You don't get up in the morning, my friend.
Okay. Oops, falling over as we go, but should who we got in here? This is our room. That's gonna be an image that lives with me for my life. It's odd because I didn't think that real men did that, but they quite obviously do.
Day 4 in British Columbia, and in my efforts to become a man, it's time to raise the stakes somewhat. The tree fallers are the top guns of the logging fraternity, and they're the boys at the sharp end of one of the most dangerous industries in the world.
My grandfather was a faller who got killed about 25 years ago. My father was a faller who got killed in July of 1990. So I've had many injuries. I've had just about lost my leg when I was 18. There's pins here, been cut through here, been cut through here, broken this cheekbone, a vertebrae in my back, which was a big scar, torn the cartilages in both legs. These things happen every day. It's just part of the job.
In order to call myself a man, I'd set myself the challenge of falling a tree. And as if I wasn't nervous enough already, the boys laid on a demonstration of the monstrous power I'd be dealing with at nerve-wrackingly close quarters.
That is immense. Oh my god. So Jody, you and I were born like around here.
Yeah, probably right about there.
The Great Fire of London there since 1666. Prehistoric man. That's where Brent was hanging out. Amazing, though. It's amazing, though, to think that this thing was standing, you know, or started, you know, living in about 500-600 years ago, isn't it? And we chopped it down in 20 minutes.
It's done.
Tell me what you thought of that job, huh?
It's a mighty fine job.
Yeah, you think I could be doing that by the end of the week?
Maybe. The potential's there.
What has he done to show that he's got potential?
Nothing yet.
But I will be showing potential, trust me.
But they didn't trust me, and a crash course in chainsaw etiquette was hastily arranged.
This is like...
Same size
That's nearly
saw.
as tall as me.
That's
it's
right.
taller than you,
Yeah.
Jody.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a go with
Then-
this saw, are we? Please, God, no.
How about this one?
I mean, that's just... That's just silly. I can't live with that.
This has been a tough time, and it's kind of built up towards the moment tomorrow where I'm hoping to finally fell a tree. Something's changed, and that something is the fact that I think I might have grown up a little bit over the last week or so.
This was it. The arse-clenching moment my whole week had been geared towards.
This is the end all to be all. This is the big time.
Okay.
Once you've mastered this, you are a West Coast logger.
A West Coast logger taking on a 210-foot cedar from around 800 AD.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
And thank God my chainsaw started this time. Bugger. But as much as it pains me to do it, this big fella has got to come down. The pressure's on, because there'll be no pulp made from this tree. It's far too good. In fact, countless top-end furniture stores are counting on me to get the job done in style.
Fucking hell. I haven't cut that bit out properly.
20 back-breaking minutes is what it took me, but my God, the end result was worth it.
Well done. Let's get out of here.
Watch her go, buddy. That's your tree. High five.
I'd done it, and for once, I really could call myself a man.
Asha's made quite an impact in this camp, because I think each and every crew member pretty much picked him as a failure to begin with. And he's proved us all wrong. He's done well. He's made a lot of friends here.
Oh, come on!
Honestly, when I first seen him, I didn't think he had it in him, but yeah, I'm surprised. I'm almost floored over his achievement. It's amazing when you can mold somebody like that. When Ashley leaves today, it'll be sad. You know, it'll be like losing an old dog or something. And he's a good guy, and now I know him a little better. And yeah, I'll always have a place in my heart for him.
Brian, what can I say? It's been an absolute joy. And kiss a kiss. I gotta go now.
A lot of loggers hide dead in these hills, setting chokers eternally on heeled slopes above brush-choked landings, and corroded snake cables twist paralyzed among the ferns with motion of steel memory. Log long enough, you're bound to stumble across your own boot prints in the end.